Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello everyone. What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel, especially if you are enjoying the content. I'm really excited today to do mini readings for you guys. So the list is open. We've got 2 people, I believe, on the list, unless someone else has gotten on the list, but 2 people so far. So to get on the list, there's a link in the description of the video that sends you to my PayPal, and it's $25, and you can choose from a natal chart reading, a transit reading, a compatibility reading, a progress chart reading, or tarot and oracle cards as well, which I love to do. So I'm so excited. I feel like my energy definitely feels like it's back. And oh my God. So a little update on Gaia, my dog, who most of you know, she had surgery on Monday. Today, she had her little drain taken out of the incision, and her foot looks really, really good. The vet said that it's doing amazing. She's healing really fast, and that next Thursday she gets her stitches out, and then we're done. We're done dealing with that. And I was driving home from the vet and feeling just really thankful and looking at the beautiful rocks here in Sedona and being like, wow, Sedona, like you did it, you fixed this problem for me. You figured it out for me. So I was just feeling really grateful on my way home and just wanted to share that with you guys. Let's see who's in the chat. We've got Wendy. Hello, how's it going? We've got Chandra. Welcome in. Amber. Hello. Christina G. How's it going? Hello, Kim. How are you? Valerie, how are you? And Nelvin. Welcome in, you guys. Yeah, so that's the update. For those of you that are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to my email list by downloading my free moon astrology guide, which tells you what your psychic moon gifts are based off of what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. And yeah, I know I'm really excited about it too. Hey, Mario, how's it going? And also, there's a few things that I want to share with you guys, especially for everybody that's new. Hello, Taria. And basically of what I offer outside of these YouTube videos, because I do offer a lot. I do astrology readings. My favorite types of readings to do are the starseed readings. I also do the astral starseed DNA activations, where I send you an audio file of the activation. It's like an astral travel journey that you go through, and guided by me, created specifically individually for you based off of your natal chart and your starseed markings in your chart. Those are my two favorite things to do, but I also love doing the transit readings, which give you insight into what's going on in your life. And the deluxe reading, of course, where you can get maybe once a year to really get like an overview of what's coming up, the energies that you're experiencing right now and what you're going through in life. And the compatibility readings help with relationships. And yes, I believe that's everything. And then the basic birth chart reading that I do is really good too, to understand like your personality and the human part of yourself, because there's so many beautiful parts. Those are the readings that I offer. I also have an online course called AQUARIAN Astrology. There's 5 modules so far. It's the fundamentals of astrology. That's module 1. Module 2 is the sun. 3 is the moon, 4 is Mercury, and 5 is Venus. I'm getting ready to design module 6, which is the Mars module. And we're just going to keep going at it, adding more modules. Right now, modules 1 through 4 are on sale for $108, and each one of them separately is only $33. So if you're interested in learning astrology, this is a really great way to kind of take your time with it. But the sessions are like jam packed with information. Also, I have a webinar that I did that has all of the astrological transits for the rest of the spring season. And this is something that you can use as a tool to help plan your life and see what's coming up collectively, but also based off of your own astrology, like your sun, your moon, your Venus, and your rising. And that's available now. It's a replay form, but it was amazing when we did it. There's so much information. I do these once a season, so once a quarter. Like the next one will be closer to the summer solstice, which will be around June 20th. And like I said, I've been kind of saying it, but there's a lot of stuff coming up. There's eclipses coming up, and there is also there's a nodal shift coming up in like January that's going to be really intense. But honestly, like right now is like a really amazing time for all of us in general. Mario says, I still don't know what a starseed is. Oh, that's a great question. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome in. A starseed is someone who has basically had past lives on other planets. A starseed is also someone who could have been involved in the seeding of life on Earth. A starseed is someone who can basically sometimes on Earth feels lonely, and even in their own family they feel like they don't feel at home anywhere on Earth, and so they're longing for home because home is somewhere else in the universe. A starseed is someone who has volunteered to come to Earth to help in the awakening and in the ascension of humanity. We're entering a very powerful Aquarian age right now. We're like at the cusp. We're in the transition. A lot of Aquarian energy is entering. And then a lot of Pisces energy is, there's like the last little bit is like going to like really get strong next year. And then it's going to be like, all right, then it's the transition. But yeah, that's what a starseed is for those of you that are wondering. But those are all the things that I wanted to share with you guys. I don't think I forgot anything. I have a podcast too. You can follow my podcast or subscribe to my podcast on Apple Podcasts. I just said that word like 5 times. It's called Channel for Grace Uncut Podcast. And so that's everything. I usually have links in the description of my videos of everything that I offer. So if you're interested, go ahead and check it out. And now we're going to go right into the reading. So I need to go check the list and see how many people are on it. But yes, how are you guys doing? How's everybody feeling? We went live on Wednesday with Chandra, and that was like quite a energy. It was the shifting into the Taurus energy. I'm starting to feel a little bit more relaxed into it. What about you guys? I forgot we're also going to do the giveaway today. I'm going to give away a prize for anyone. It's a little late. But for anyone that signed up for a reading in March. Hello, Willie. Welcome in. So if you signed up for a reading in March, your name is in this jar, and I'm going to pull your name out, hopefully. And the prize is, if you've never done any of my Aquarian astrology modules, I'm going to give you one of the modules for free. If you've done like one, then I'll give you number 2 or whatever, right? If you've done all of them, then I'll give you the next module for free. So the module 6, which is coming up. And if you've done all the modules and you'd rather get the webinar, then I'll give you the webinar. So that's going to be the price that somebody's going to win today. Yeah. Do you know anything about the dark night of the soul? Yes. I've also had pretty bad allergies all day. And so if I sneeze or if I blow my nose, like, sorry, not sorry, I can't help it. What do you want to know about the dark night of the soul? That's actually a really good question. Hello, Lisa. While we prepare, I'm going to look at the PayPal list just to make sure I got the right names on the list, and then we'll do the giveaway. Let's see. Today is April 16th of 2021, and we've got Christina G, and we've got Chandra on the list. And then after that, the list is open. So that's the update. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Wendy, and thank you, everybody, for all the moderators that are in here. Really appreciate that. How do you get through it faster? You got to learn the lesson. Every time we go through a dark night of the soul, it's because we're getting ready to ascend. That's one way to describe it. We're getting ready to, just seeing the sunset is really beautiful. We are getting ready to, you have to let go and release of the weight. You have to drop the weight. Something is holding you down. Something has occurred in your life. The tower never falls. So the dark night of the soul happens when the tower falls. The only reason the tower falls is when we resist, when we're resisting it. When you stop resisting and you give in, your spirit guides are screaming at you all the time, telling you like, this is something you need to let go of, or this is something you need to do. You need to take action over here. Stop worrying about that stuff. Focus over here. Right. And so we need to listen very deeply to those intuitive messages. And then we need to learn the lesson and move on and let go, because it's about releasing the weight. That song, I Forgive, you've probably heard me play it, is all about that. It's like the more you hold on to it, the more you're going to resist, the more you're going to just stay in that energy. And that's not, and it's hard. It's not easy. Like I'm talking about it like, oh, it's super easy, but it's not easy. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of strength, but I bet that you know exactly what you need to do to let this go. I bet that you know exactly what you need to do. And there's a little bit of resistance there because there's fear that you like when you don't know what's on the other side of that door, then that's the fear. Well, then do that. If nature, meditation, things like that help you to process that, then that's good. I will say this one thing though. I know there's a little bit of a lag. I will say this. You guys know I've been studying Dolores Cannon a lot. I'm actually doing her trainings. I just like finished level 2, but I'm going to rewatch a lot of the videos and, you know, look at the notes and everything. I'm working on a lot of different, I'm going to be getting sessions like scheduled and stuff like that. And here's the one thing that you don't want to do. You don't want to take your own life. You don't want to do that. That is not the answer ever, because Dolores Cannon says that when someone chooses that path, there's contracts that you came into the world to fulfill. You chose this life and you chose all these things, right? There are contracts that if you take your own life, you're screwing it up for everybody and for yourself. But all of the people in your life are like these cast of characters that have something to show you, something to teach you. And when you like eject yourself from the game, you really mess it up for everybody. And you know what? It doesn't end anything. You have to come back and do it again. Like you have to come back. You're going to have to come back and try it again. That's why you better just deal with it now. Learn what you have to learn. Do your best to move through it and find the courage. Be the courageous freaking warrior of light and step into the light and find your way through. That is the only answer when you're going through the dark night of the soul. And when you get to the other side, you're going to look back and be like, whew, I'm really glad that I stuck it out and that now I'm beyond this and I've grown and I've matured and I feel that much better. That's my advice. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Yeah. Hi, Darcy. How's it going? Unicorn Way Kim says, my life has changed since my session with you. What? Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear about it. Oh, that makes me really excited. I'm like, eh. Okay. That was crazy. You've got Mars and Aries. There you go. There you go. So there you go. Okay, so I think someone else did get on the list. I think it was Kimberly, but I'm just gonna double check. And again, the list is open. We've got Kimberly. So Christina G, go ahead and put up your question. Oh, actually, let's do the giveaway. Sorry, I almost forgot. Kimberly Johnson. Okay, so if you got a reading, in March, here we go. Let's see if you're gonna win one of my modules, or if you are going to win the webinar or module 6. So whatever it is, I'll contact you. So either way, you get something cool from my online courses. So let's see who's going to win. Who wants it, needs it the most? Let's see. Okay. We got Ronnie Menard. Shirani! Yeah, Shirani! Oh my God. Okay. Ronnie, that's totally a joke. Please don't be insulted by that. I'm just obnoxious Gemini. But basically, I'm going to contact you, Ronnie. Congratulations. I'm really excited for you. And yes, we'll move on to the readings now. So feel free to put up your question. Christina G. And then we got Chandra and then Kimberly, and the list is open. So let's have at it. I know. I forgot this money and also this guy. Oh, man. Yay. All right. Transit reading for Christina G. Let's grab the iPad. And okay, I'm going to put in the information for Christina. And we've got 10, 22, 71. Is there a specific question that you have? 634. And that's San Jose. Okay, let me share the screen real quick. I have to switch networks here. And we should be able to share it. And here we go, Astrology and iPad display. Turn on the reflector. There we go. Okay, looks like it's going to come back. All right, I think it's coming back. Sorry about that, you guys. Let me know when I'm back. It just turned off the Wi-Fi for some reason. Okay, 6358. Okay. So there it is, and you should be able to see it. There we go. Okay. You guys let me know if I'm back. And I'm going to show you what we find here for Christina G and what's happening for her in her transits. Okay, good. Let's see. Oh, you're a Taurus. You're a Taurus rising. Okay. So that's actually pretty cool, because for Taurus rising, what you're going to find is that, so the sun right now, all this Aries stuff is in your 12th house. So you're probably feeling a very strong, there's kind of like a spiritual essence to what's happening in your life right now. There is, you've got Chiron there. You're about to go through your Chiron return when you turn 50. You've got Mercury there. You've got the sun there. They're at the last degrees of Aries. So it's almost like you're feeling this intense, like, did I understand everything? Did I get everything? Did I move into that space? Do I feel like I'm learning beyond what is happening right now? These are all the questions, right? And the sun is going to soon move into Taurus, in your 12th house. Venus already moved into Taurus, and then they will soon enter your first house. And so it will bring some stability, but then you're going to feel all of that Taurus energy. And this happened last year too, you guys, at a different degree. Like, it might have been last year in your 12th house, but this year is going to be in your first house, where all the Taurus is going to pass over the Uranus. So they'll all conjunct Uranus. And what you're going to feel is like this desire to change yourself, this desire to do something new, maybe with the way that you look, maybe with your identity, maybe with your, how people see you. But this has to do with yourself, your body. All of those things are going to feel aspected. So you're going to feel a little bit of like a stable energy start to arrive. But then in a little bit, like maybe in about 27, 28, 29. So in about 10 days, when everything starts to pass over Uranus, you're going to feel like, okay, there's kind of nervous energy going on. It feels like an activation, but I'm not really sure. Some things feel stable, but some things feel a little bit crazy. And that's part of what you're feeling, you're feeling a transition for sure. Okay, so that's the main part of what I see here. Let me see what else is going on. There's big themes in terms of career and bringing money in. Your career is changing a lot because you've got Pluto transiting your 10th house. Also, with the North Node in the second, you want to focus on bringing abundance, and you want to focus on bringing money, and you want to focus on the things that help you, just like call it in, like call in the abundance. You also have Mars in your second house, so you may be inspired to really focus on those things as well, to take action, to, communicate with whatever means, whatever ways you need to communicate with whoever you need to communicate about making this happen, about starting to take action in your life that is aligned more with this abundance that you want to bring in. And that's really what's happening. And then Saturn too is in your 10th. So a lot of shifting in the 10th house, a lot of shifting in your first, and now a lot of shifting in your second as well. So that's 10th house of life path and mission, first house of the self, and second house of finances and values. So that's basically what I got for you there, Christina G. Thank you again for getting this reading. Next, we've got Chandra. Chandra. I'm going to check the PayPal. Okay, that's where we're at. We got Chandra and then Kimberly. Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry, I can't stop my nose. It's going to feel funky, but it's just the way it goes. Oh man, it's like every once in a while I get this day. I should ask my higher self in a session what I should do about the allergy reactions that I have. Ooh, okay, cool. All right. So let's create a new chart for Chandra. What was it? 718? It's not the junipers. I've had this for years. What was the time? Was it 7:18 p.m.? Okay, that's what I thought. And then we've got all right. The eclipse is coming up. Is it still sharing? This is still sharing. Yeah, okay. It's an internal thing. It's food related, I think. But it's been going on for a year. It's my whole life, basically. That's why I'm like, I gotta ask in a session what the hell is up with these allergies that I can never get rid of. Every once in a while they come and go. Sometimes I do great, and sometimes it's like, nope. And they cause all this havoc. The Gemini one, okay. So let's go forward. That's May 16th. The Gemini one is June 10th. Let's go to hours. Where's the moon? Bring it back just a little bit. Yeah, it is. I remember now. It's going to be at 20 degrees. Or 19, I mean. Yeah, oh yeah, 19. That's right. I forgot this money. And also this guy. We're gonna doo-doo-loo. I just censored myself right there. Okay, because I like saying that part. All right, so here we go. June 10th. We've got Sun and Moon conjunct, also Mercury, and then there's the North Node, and it's all happening in your third house of communication. And this is kind of cool. You have, oh, look at this, dude. I don't think we've ever talked about this. You have White Moon Selena in Gemini in your third house. And my sun is at 13 degrees of Gemini, which means that these are conjunct. And my sun and your white moon Selena are conjunct. That's why, dude, that's why we have such a strong connection. Because white moon Selena is the highest expression of your soul. Dude, it's the highest expression of your soul, and the highest expression of your soul is on Rigel, because my sun is on Rigel, which is Orion starseeds. The highest expression of your soul is on Rigel too. Our sun and your white moon Selena are conjunct. So my sun is in your third house. That's why when we get together, we're like we never stop. And your white moon Selena is in my 12th house. So for me, it's like a spiritual connection. I mean, this is crazy, but you're an Orion starseed, like the highest expression of your soul. And this new moon solar eclipse, I believe it's an annular solar eclipse. It's not a total one, but either way, they're still powerful. It's conjunct Mercury right there. It's on Orion as well. I think it's on it's Bellatrix. It's either Bellatrix or Betelgeuse, one of those two stars, but they're both Orion markings. So this is an Orion eclipse that's happening. It's like an Orion portal. And it's going to be conjunct basically your white moon Selena and my sun. So it's going to be epic. But I think what is going to awaken in you is like the highest expression of your soul. Like, holy moly, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is what it's going to wake up in you. Like, it's an activation of the highest expression of your soul. So, yeah, I know. I can't even handle that. That is just so freaking funny. But that's where it's at. That's it right there. So that's like, it's about you learning to express yourself and also seeking knowledge. The Orion starseeds are all about knowledge. They bring the knowledge. So we have the knowledge already. We're just channeling it through. I still can't wait to do our freaking the composite chart reading and then like record it and then put it out for everybody so they can see what a composite chart looks like. But yeah, that's funny. Her daughter's dad's name is Orion. Like, it's just it's it's just crazy. And I connect to Orion, and I'm an Orion starseed, and she's an Orion starseed. I mean, there's like Orion, you know? Oh my God. Oh, that's funny. It's not very long, Angie. It's not very long. So there you go. That's what that eclipse is going to be like for you. Oh my God, it's going to be epic. It's going to be freaking amazing. It's about seeking truth and opening up the throat chakra for you, like speaking out, expressing yourself. The galaxy is on Orion's belt. Exactly. So we've got Kimberly next, and then no one's on the list after that, I believe, or I think someone did just get on the list. Yes. Okay. Wendy did. That, by the way, I freaking loved that question. So yeah. So we have Kimberly and Wendy, and then the list is open. But yeah, that's just like phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal. And okay, I didn't show this, but because it's in an air sign, because the eclipse is in an air sign, that means that it's trining your own Mercury in your 7th house, and just by sign it's trining the sun, although it's not exact. It's also trining your Saturn, it's also trining your Pluto. It's because it's that same sign that's the trine. So that's a really cool harmonious energy. It's also almost exactly trining your moon. So Haran. I gotta do this. Sorry, I just saw this and it just blew my mind. Okay, so here's all this Gemini, right? And then your white moon Selena. Here's all the Libra, right there. And then here's all the Aquarius. And then Saturn's right there too. So this eclipse is going to be, so you have a grand trine in your chart in air, right? You have a grand trine in air, which is an activation of the mind, the intellectual mind, the higher mind. And then this eclipse is going to be trining this stuff and also trining your moon. And then obviously these two are trining in your own chart. So, and then Saturn's right there. So it's going to be trining Saturn, and Saturn. I mean, this is a lot. It's crazy, but like, that's such a weird ass drawing. I don't even know what the hell. But anyways, it's a freaking grand trine, dude. It's going to activate your grand trine. Whoa. And so then it's more than just the 3rd. It's also the 7th and the 11th. 3, 7, 11. So 3rd house, 7th house, 11th house. Freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. There we go. That's what I wanted to add to it because I thought that was epic. Yay, it's a party! Okay, so Kimberly, do we have Kimberly's question yet? After Kimberly, we have Wendy. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Trine your sun and your moon. Like, dude, it's going to be a powerful activation. Powerful activation. Yeah. So Kimberly J, I don't see your question on the screen. Oh, that's you. Just kidding. I was like, who? There's another, Kimberly that I know. So I didn't realize it was you. Okay, let me write this next to your name. So I'm going to write Unicorn Way next to your name. That's freaking hilarious. Okay. A progress chart reading. Okay, so what's your info? I know you sent it to me, but can you put it in the chat? And I'll start to pull up the chart. So then we got Wendy, and then I'm gonna check Andy. Oh my brain. I'm here, but it's like doodaloo doodaloo. All right, so that's Angie. There we go. Let me fit today. Fitness Inc. Okay, Angie. There we go. You're on the list. All right, August. I've let go of like what I feel like I look like when I'm blowing my nose and sneezing in front of everybody and I sound all nasally. I've let go of that. Like, honestly, I don't give a what. What's the year? Oh, 69. Okay. 5, 2, 3. Salem. Okay, so progress chart reading. Okay. Ooh, this is going to be fun. So, secondary progressions for today. Let's check it out. All right, let me make sure I got it right. August 9th, 1969, 5:23 p.m. Okay. What do we see? Let's take a look at this. All right, where's your progress sun? Libra, progress moon in Gemini. Your moon is waning. So when did you have the full, hold on. Let's go back to when was your full moon, when you had your full moon phase. I think it was in Aries. Okay, so 2016, June 16 or June of 2016, you had the full moon phase. In your progress chart, it was in the sign of Aries, but it was like the culmination of something that you began, something that you started basically 14 years back, 14 years before that. So what 2016 minus 14 is in 2002. So in 2002, you started something big, a big deal happened in your life, and you initiated something because that was the new moon that you initiated. So for 14 years, it was like building and building and building, and it finally reached the climax in 2016. And that's when you felt like the ultimate, like, whoa, that's like the fruition of whatever intentions, whatever started in 2002. And then now the moon is in Gemini. It's at 6 degrees of Gemini, transiting through Gemini, which is why we have also a strong connection because of all my Gemini energy. And my Venus in Gemini too, exactly, because my Venus is in 9 degrees. And the moon for you is only, the progressed moon is only like 3 degrees away from 9. So we're feeling like just a vibe, you know, we're feeling a connection here, and we're having fun because this is, for me, this is like I'm in your 5th and 6th house in terms of my sun and all my Gemini energy. So that's like creativity, and also we should look at our composite chart too, but creativity, and then work, and daily life and things like that. You were in acting school and started my vision for my horse medicine dreams. Oh, wow. So in 2016, was that when the vision kind of became, you know, ultimate? So what's happening now with your moon is that it's waning. So if the opposition was, you know, if that was a straight line like that, and then you cut the pie in half again, around here is when the moon is going to be squaring, but it's moving in this direction. So it's like going to finally, eventually catch up with the sun and create another new moon. But for now, what you're experiencing is like, you can relax. Like, you can let go. You are going to be approaching, let's see, you're going to be approaching the square, but okay, awesome. And that's going to be when something challenging shows up that needs to be resolved. But really right now is the time where like things will just kind of fall into place, really. And you can relax. You can let the universe kind of take care of things. That's what the waning gibbous moon means. And then when that square comes, you'll have to deal with something that comes up, but it'll get resolved. And once you resolve it, you're going to enter into like the waning crescent phase, which is about, again, the shedding, the letting go of, and releasing of any attachments, because there's a whole new energy that's going to arrive. But that's where you're at right now. You're just kind of in this kind of relaxed place. Like, just keep doing what you're doing. You don't need to do anything new. You don't need to try to change anything. You don't need to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the energy. So, like, of course, if you have ideas, like, yes, pursue them. But at the same time, don't feel like you have to, like, do something incredible, begin something incredible. Just ride off of the energy that full moon pretty much brought. That's my message. All right, cool. So we got Wendy and then Angie. My reading is for my daughter. She's in here. Ooh, yay, Savannah. Okay. She would like a transit reading. She would like to know why her abandonment issue past, is her abandonment issue past life related? Okay, let's pull it up. Yeah, that makes me happy too. Okay. 7:26, 06, 10:58 a.m. Portland, Oregon. Okay. And let's go. I remember looking at her chart a long time ago at that restaurant. Remember? Right at that bookstore. Do you guys remember that? I was kind of looking at it. That's what I remember. Look at all this beautiful Leo energy. Wow. That's amazing. Okay. So, is her abandonment issue related, past life related? All right. I'm going to add one more thing to this, actually. Let's see. Oh, that's funny. Fellow Oregonians. Yep. Kim doesn't live in Oregon. She lives here in Sedona. That's where I met her. But yeah, she was born in Oregon. So, whoa. Okay. I'll show you this first. Okay. So Savannah just basically, okay, let me go back to when the moon, her progressed moon was at 16 of Aquarius. Okay, so Savannah, this is a big deal. She's literally never been abandoned. Well, I mean, it very much could be. A lot of times it is. Like, fears that don't make sense really are connected to our past lives. But this is, so she, last year, in April of last year, Savannah went through her full moon phase in her progress chart. And this means that there was like a culmination of, let's see, how old is she? 2021 minus 2006. I don't do math well. So so when she was like 1 year old, she literally experienced the new moon phase. And so she's been basically, or actually right after she was born or somewhere around there. And now last year was her full moon phase. So it was like the culmination of a very important, like for the very first part of her life, for the first, basically her whole life, she's been building up to this very powerful thing that happened for her last year in April. And it had to do with awakening, your creativity. It had to do with awakening your passion. It had to do with the energy of Aquarius because the moon was in Aquarius and it was a full moon. And it had to do with basically what Aquarius is like, it has to do with friends and friendships and people and like wanting to be around people. Maybe it had to, something happen with friends, something like that. Last year, like around April, I mean, pretty much it's like a long transit. So, but basically 2020 felt very intense like that. And there was a lot that had to do with like her friends and children too, because this is the fifth house, other children. And I'm not calling you a child, but you know what I mean? Like other people, other kids your age. Can I call you a kid? You seem so mature. But it has to do with like your friends, there was something about your friends. There was like a big deal, something culminated, and then it's now been, moving forward from there. And right now the moon is in Pisces. So the progressed moon, we're going to reset that. So now the progressed moon is actually in Pisces. So, and it entered Pisces. Let's see, when did it enter Pisces? Okay. So it entered Pisces like last month. She shed all her acquaintances. Oh, wow. Yeah. So last month in March, the moon moved out of Aquarius and into Pisces. So now you're in a place where you're feeling much more, I don't know if I'd call it spiritual, but maybe that's a word that is like in your vocabulary. It's feeling more connected to maybe your intuition. She's way mature for her age. I know. So it has to, now you're in a place where like you are experiencing like a different side of life. Like you're curious about different things, and they have to do with like the unseen, the unheard, like your hunches, like your intuition, like maybe you're like going through a spiritual awakening in yourself, like some kind of perspective shift in your life that's changing. And she's very psychic. Yes. And the psychic abilities definitely activating during this time. So that's her progressed chart. And for the next 2.5 years, you're going to be transiting through this very strong Pisces energy. So expect that theme to continue on. Now, when I look at the transits, that question about past lives, I'll say this, okay? I don't know that the transits will do more than looking at just her chart, because I just want to do this, okay? I just think this is I'm really curious about exploring her South Node, because she's asking about past lives. Okay. So, you were born with the South Node in the sign of Virgo. Now, with the South Node in the sign of Virgo, the South Node is past lives. This is also gifts that you come into the world with and that you share with everyone. But this is also lessons that you've learned. So, with the South Node in Virgo, in a past life, you were focused so much on being practical, so much on like the reality of things, really focused on the details. Also connected to like the energy of Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, because the Virgo constellation is basically the constellation of the Virgin, and the Virgin has those connections to ancient Egypt, goddess Isis, the mystery schools. So this is like past lives that very much connected to that sacred divine feminine energy. What I will also say is that you have Black Moon Lilith right there as well. And this is all in your 12th house. So this is the house of Pisces. This is also coming from spiritual experiences in a past life. Now, Black Moon Lilith, the story of Black Moon Lilith is she was the first wife of Adam. I don't know if you're familiar with the stories of the Bible, but she was the first wife of Adam, and she was sort of told that she needed to be this certain thing and fit into this certain mold. But a Black Moon Lilith was like, I don't think so, and I'm going to get the hell out of here. And she basically cast herself out of the garden. So she left the garden, and basically she was like demonized by the Bible, whatever, right? That's like the story. She was demonized as this, it's a mythology, right? So she was demonized as, the one who rejected the way and all this stuff. But the truth is that Black Moon Lilith is very independent. She does things her own way. And yes, she experienced a lot of grief and sadness because she had to walk away from the things that really were important to her at one point. She literally had to, she was the first one who like threw herself into the dark night of the soul. She had to be courageous, and that was a difficult thing. But in the end, she learned that it was the right thing for her to do because she needed the freedom more than anything else. So Chandra says, I just figured out that Julia's full moon progressed will be in her 9th house in Virgo a couple of years. So basically that is this story, right? This mythological story that like is kind of in the backdrop of your life. And of course, you're going to feel like you were abandoned because you're going to feel like everyone abandoned you, right? Like you had to walk away from something because everyone abandoned you. And that may be where this like internal fear comes from. But to release the fear, right, of being abandoned is you have to find yourself again. You have to find who you are. Yeah, you have to find yourself, and you have to know that sometimes we have friends or acquaintances, right? Like you just released a lot of people that weren't like, you didn't feel like in the end were like real true friends. So sometimes we have to walk away and we have to let go of things, but we have to trust that we're going to find another kind of family, right? Like other people that will feel more like family to us. And then you're going to feel like, well, I don't have to walk away anymore. I don't have to, I don't have to abandon myself. You know what I mean? So, or others don't have to, I don't have to feel like others will abandon me, so on and so forth. But I think that that's a really important thing to look at in your chart. And your focus in this life is you're here to have a spiritual experience. So everything in your life is going to be a spiritual experience. And you have to remember that this is something that you've chosen for yourself, because this is the one thing that's going to help your soul grow the most in your life. So when things keep coming up, right, that feel like, oh, great, like now here comes another spiritual experience that maybe doesn't feel so good. Because a lot of times there are transitions that help us grow, but it means we have to let go of something that we were holding on to, something that we were attached to. And that never feels good, because we have to feel the grief and the sadness of the release. But then when we get to the other side, it's a whole new, it's like the light turns back on and we feel happy and excited again for life. And that's basically what you're experiencing right now. And with the moon, your progressed moon transiting through Pisces, you're going to feel an activation of your north node, of this like spiritual experience that you're here to have. And you're very young, and this is like, it makes me feel so good that the young people are so into like the astrology and the, understanding themselves. I mean, like, holy moly, that's like next level. When I was 14, I was like still playing, what was I playing when I was 14? I don't even remember. Trying to make up dances. Choreographed dances. But I was always having a spiritual experience. And if I had been taught these tools when I was younger, I would have been, I don't know. I am where I'm at. But that's what I mean. It's like, and think about my niece Julia, who's like 9 years old, who's learning all this stuff now. She's already like, she already does readings with me on the channel. I mean, it's like, that's where we're moving to. Like, that's why I feel like the mystery schools are here right now. So that's what I would say. That's where I would feel like maybe that feeling of abandonment is coming from. But I hope that kind of gave you a little bit of guidance, Savannah. And thanks for signing up. That was really, really sweet. Okay, Angie is next, and I'm going to check the list one more time. And then read Stephanie's comments. Oh, I totally missed the human design reading with Jaya. Set a reminder, but it wasn't on the day I thought it was going to be. Can I get a date for the next one? Yes. When is the next one? Okay. So she was on the list. So I did have a little list. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry that you missed it. You're welcome. Let me pull that sheet out. Hang on. I just want to make sure I follow it still. Awesome. I love it. You're welcome. All right, here it is. So April 27th is the next time. April 27th, 2021. Okay. So I got it all written down. There we go. All right. So we got Angie next. And let me pull up her information. And I think someone just got on the list because I heard an email coming in. Okay, 116.72, 240, El Paso. And then what kind of reading did you want? Oh, transit. I just now saw that. Okay. So let me just make sure I get it right. 116.72, 2:40 p.m. in El Paso. Okay, so let's put the transits over here. Let's take a look at this. All right. Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay. Let's see what's going on with Angie's transits. So right now, all of the Aries energy. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Awesome. Okay. So, all the Aries energy is in your 11th house. And this is the house of when you get to the point in life where you're actually sharing yourself with other people, where you're confident enough, where you feel great, where you've been of service, you've showed up, and now you're like sharing your gifts with the world. This is obviously a 30-day kind of a thing, a 30-day transit, because the sun moves, through 30 days in a sign. So it's called a season, and it's in the Aries season. The crazy thing about Aries season for you in general is that every time the sun moves into Aries, you feel a very strong activation of all of this in your chart. This is your Chiron journey. By the way, you're also going through your Chiron return this year, which is the ultimate, it's like a completion. It's a completion journey of your healing journey. You're completing your healing journey. And the healing journey that you've been on for your entire life is basically you are trying to understand who you are. You are trying to understand like your identity, like who am I and why am I here and what do they want from me? So you're trying to understand all of this. And now you're coming to the point where like the full blast of the understanding of who you are is happening this year. Mars is right there too. So this is your drive in conjunct to this. You're driven to act. You're driven to find yourself. You're driven to be courageous. You're driven to take action in life. And it has to do with like working with people, friendships, acquaintances, networks of people. Like this is what drives you. Is to be with people. Like you love people. And when you get to work with people and be with them, this is where you're going to feel really good. The other thing is that Chiron in the 11th house of Aquarius is also you will find yourself through your people. And so you're going through this very powerful experience this year of that happening. And with the Aries, all the Aries energy here, it's activating this for you. It's making it stronger. It's saying, it's focus on this. Like, let's give you a little bit of extra strength to make sure that you initiate the change that needs to happen in order for you to fully reach this like completion phase. And you'll notice that as all this stuff starts switching into Taurus, you're going to feel like a deeper understanding, a more spiritual understanding of everything that's happened. And then, so the sun's going to move into Taurus in 27, 28, 29 in 3 days. Mercury as well. Venus just moved into Taurus. So you'll feel a little bit of more stability because you'll find that understanding that you're looking for. But it won't be what you expected because Uranus is right there. It'll be something unexpected the understanding of it will be like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't think that's what I would find, or that's the answer that I would get, but that is the answer that you're going to get. So it's kind of interesting. It's a very interesting transit that's going on right now. You also have the North Node is transiting through your 12th. The South Node is transiting through your 6th. So there's a lot of changes, a lot of releasing things that don't work anymore in the realm of work, your daily life, your schedule, your health. You're letting go, releasing, and you're focusing more on the more spiritual aspects of life. Because the Chiron return is naturally spiritual, but the North Node transiting your 12th house says, pay attention to this area of your life, which is the divine, your relationship to your own divine self. You do have Pluto on your sun. He's been on your sun for a while. And did you have a really hard year last year? I bet you did. I bet you had a really difficult year last year. The reason I say that is because with your sun in Capricorn at 25, your sun was conjunct all of those crazy transits. They started in January of 2020, and then all of the eclipses, oh my God, they were like on your sun or opposite your sun. And then Pluto's been going over your sun. And so he's like, okay, are you ready to shed your skin? Are you ready to let go of who you're not so you can step into who you truly are? But Pluto moves really slow. And so this is a slow transit. It's going to take a while until Pluto releases that pressure. But when it does, you're going to feel like a new person. And that's what I'm feeling from this chart. With Jupiter and Saturn transiting your 9th house of spiritual integration, you are also experiencing expansion, a desire to learn more, a desire to know more. Maybe you want to study. Maybe you want to do some more education. And it doesn't mean like go to school. It just means like maybe you want to go to a class or take a workshop, or there's things that you're interested in. And it has to do, again, with the people, right? The theme of the people, working with people, the Aquarian age, innovative things, unexpected, unpredictable things. Like you're drawn to this kind of energy right now with these transits. So when Jupiter moves into Pisces and enters your 10th house, but then goes retrograde and back into your 9th, you're going to feel this a lot next year. So basically it's like Jupiter in Pisces feels good because you can feel compassionate, and at a deep level, you are very compassionate. You're a very compassionate person. And this is how you show up in the world. So Jupiter will help you show up in the world next year in this very compassionate way. It's going to be really beautiful. Excuse me. So that's what I got for you, lady. Thank you. All right. And I believe now is Nelvin. Oh man, my allergies are really kicking in. Okay, Nelvin. What is your question? No, Chiron moves way too slow for that, but eventually. Woo! Crazy. Okay, so what do you want to know? What do you want to know? Do you have a question? Is there an area of your life that you need like guidance in or advice in? Oh my God, my allergies are going psycho right now. Or do you just want to know the basic aspects of your personality, like past lives, life lessons, healing journey? That's a basic chart reading. I can get a lot of information from just looking at any of them now, just because I'm also like more, I'm going to put my hair up. I know the transits so well that I kind of already know what's going on, even when I'm just looking at your chart, your natal chart. But so if you have no idea, if you don't know much about your natal chart, that would be where I would recommend you start for sure. But it's really up to you. And I think maybe this might be the last one because I'm feeling like a little bit tired about it. Okay, so let's pull this up. My allergies, I need to go take a shower, like just clear it out. So this may be the last one. We'll see. Okay, Nelvin. July 24th, 83, 6 a.m. And Hernani in the Philippines. Yeah, me too. Not sure of the time because I was born at home. Not quite accurate. How do you spell Hernani? Because it's not... How do I find the spelling of that? For some reason, my system is not finding it. Is there like... Yep, not finding it. Let me see here. I usually have to go online. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, it's probably because I'm not spelling the Philippines right. So hang on. Yep, okay. I wasn't spelling it right. All right, here we go. We're back over here and back over here. I got it. Okay, so... But tell me this. Do you know if you were born in the morning? Was it like around 6 a.m. or like you have no idea you could have been born at night? Just that one question. This is so interesting. I just want to make sure because if there's things that could have changed throughout the day, if like, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's go to minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And let me try that again. Okay. So I'm gonna go with 6 a.m. And there's a couple of things that change, but this is gonna be pretty fine. All right. So you were born with the sun in Leo. Look at that. Sun in Leo at 0 degrees of Leo. That's very cool. That's like you and the Leo King. Do you know who the Leo King is? I think the Leo King has his sun at 0 degrees Leo. But anyways, that's a cool energy. That's like a very kind of wild energy. And he also has the sun in the 12th house. But the sun in the 12th house is like basically you are here to have a spiritual experience. That is part of your essence. You're always, that's the first thing I noticed. I'm like, you and the Leo King, I think you would like him because your suns are conjunct. But, this is a fun energy. Leo is an exciting energy. So Leo sun, Leo rising, you're like a fun person to be around. You also have Mercury in Leo as well. So a lot of Leo energy in your chart. You love to be the center of attention. You love to have fun. You love to play. You're very committed. You're very loyal. You love, like you have a very strong heart. Very strong heart. And those are the important things. Now, let's see, where's your moon? So you've got moon in Capricorn. Okay, so you were born on the dark moon because you see the sun just moved into Leo, and a couple of days later there was a full moon in the sign of Aquarius. So that means that the moon in Capricorn, it was in the balsamic phase, which means the phase of the moon where it's like it's a time to release and let go and go within. So you may be kind of shy, or you may be a little bit reserved, or you may be like kind of private. And the moon in Capricorn is naturally private because emotions aren't really like that. It's not a big thing. Like for Capricorns, they're much more logical and they're much more like practical about things, especially their emotions. Like they can control their emotions a lot better than other people because they restrict them. They don't give them the time of day, right? Where some people are like all over the place. However, I will say this, that with a lot of Leo energy, you are emotional because Leos tend to be emotional because they love so deeply. But the moon in Capricorn kind of keeps you in check when it comes to that, like doesn't let you be too out there emotionally. However, I will say this, that with your Mars in Cancer, you're not able to take action in life unless you feel like it's the right thing to do. Angie says true. Unless you feel like it's the right thing to do, unless it feels right. So you know how to tap into your emotions. I'm not saying you're not emotional. You know how to tap into your emotions, but there's a side of you that always behind, like in the back of your head goes, are you sure? Like, maybe you shouldn't feel so much. Like, don't fall for those strong emotions. They'll keep you away from like being able to move forward and think logically in your life, right? So that's the thing with Mars in Cancer. But you are driven also by spiritual experiences, meaning that you're drawn to them. This is something that you enjoy, and learning more about yourself. With your South Node and your Neptune very close to the galactic center. Neptune is literally exactly on the galactic center, and your South Node is only 2 degrees away, and these are on Ophiuchus. So this is the 13th sign. You are very tapped in. You are very intuitive, but you're like tapped into literally the black hole portal at the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And if you sat and studied about the Akashic Library, you would realize that you actually have a gift for tapping into, like, if not helping others tap into their past lives, tapping into your own past lives and knowing where you truly come from, which is like, it can be like anywhere. And then with your North Node in Gemini, you've had some very strong spiritual experiences in the past and in past lives. You've kind of been to the mountaintop, and now you're here to come back down to earth and teach the people, literally in the 11th house, teach the people about all the lessons that you learned, about all the things that you learned. And by speaking, by sharing, by communicating, this is your mission here on earth. It's at least, hello, Belinda, it's at least to share your voice. You are supposed to share your voice and share your story in whatever way that shows up in your life or is invited in. That doesn't matter, but you are here to share your voice. So that's very, very powerful. Pluto in Libra in the third also means that people are drawn to you. Whoa, Saturn there too. You're a teacher. You help people find balance in their lives. Hello, Pawan. You help people find balance in their lives. You are like the therapist within your friends, your circles, or your family. Like you're the psychologist, right? So people are like, hey, can you help me figure this out? Can you? Or they'll come up to you and they'll start telling you their whole life story, and you're like, dude, and why do you want to tell me all of that? But people want answers from you because they sense that you have the answers and you do. You just have to learn how to like tap into those answers. This is a very powerful chart you got going on here. Chiron, your healing journey is in Gemini. And so this is while you are here to share your voice and speak your truth, you are also here to learn and to let go of your insecurity of feeling like you are somebody to speak and share your story, like that you actually have a story to share. So it's about letting go of the insecurity of speaking out and opening yourself up to speak your truth. Hello, Custom Fury. Welcome in. So true. There you go. So I also see a lot of strong starseed markings in your chart. I'm trying to hold myself back from giving too much. But I basically see Pleiadian, Orion, Arcturian, Lyran, Ophiuchian, quite a few starseed markings in your chart. And powerful ones too. Look at this. You also have a kite. So it's a grand trine in air. So that's an activation of the higher mind, and a kite that points directly to the galactic center alignments, which means that this is very, very important. This is a focus of your life. I would recommend like learning about the Akashic records, learning about the galactic center, learning about the Pleiadians, like learn about these things because you have a natural gift for like tapping into this powerful information. And it's a big center, a big important thing in your life. You also have a mystic rectangle there, which is another harmonious aspect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there's that's beautiful. There's a lot of stuff that's really powerful in your chart. I'm impressed. That's amazing. Awesome. Yes. It's nice to meet you too. Thank you everyone for being here. I think that's it. My nose can't handle anymore. My God, I want to get under the water and just like the hot water on my face. And I also need to take Gaia out to the bathroom. It is totally lit. It's amazing. Yay. Thank you everyone so much for signing up for a reading today. The next time that I will be live, oh my God, I get to take a little break, you guys. I'm so excited. The next time I'm going to be live is next Wednesday with Chandra for the Magic of Venus here on this channel, where we will go over the astrology of the week for Venus and then the magic of Venus basically in your life. So what are in terms of relationships, and I will tell you, the moon is waxing and I can see it in the sky, and the next full moon which is next weekend, or actually next Monday, not this Monday coming up, but the one after that, is a full moon in Scorpio. So get ready. I was having this really epic experience every night because I live in this house where I have a room attached to the house, but it doesn't have a bathroom. So I have to go outside in the backyard and then into the house to use the bathroom. And every night when I go outside, I look in the middle of the night when I wake up to go to the bathroom, I look up at the sky and I see the massive Scorpio constellation. It's like massive in the sky. And I have Antares connections, which is the heart of the Scorpion. I have strong Scorpio placements in my chart. And Scorpio is all about death, change, and transformation. And damn it, Sedona, if you weren't going to bring that into my life. We moved into Sedona. Gaia's already had surgery. Oh my God. But every night I go out and I see the Scorpion and I'm just like, wow, that is phenomenal. Like, I can't even handle how amazing the stars are. God, they're so amazing. So we will be live the next week, for the full moon in Scorpio astrology and the full moon in Scorpio ceremony. And Scorpio is like in my life right now. And I'm just like, woohoo, welcome to Sedona zone. Every night I'm like, oh my God, that's Scorpio. Like it's huge. Have you seen it, Kim? Have you ever gone outside in the middle of the night, like at 2 or 3 in the morning and looked up and you can see it. It's clear as day. It's got the little doot and then the long tail. It's so crazy. Blows my mind every time because it's like center stage in the sky. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, everybody that signed up for a reading. Nelvin, Christina, Kim, Wendy, and Angie. I'm excited to get a little bit of a break and relax and just be with Gaia and catch up and do all this cool stuff and keep finishing my QHHT training that I'm so freaking excited about. And then we'll be back next week, and I'm sure the energy is going to be very different, but I'm really excited about it. So again, thank you so much, everyone, and I will see you again very soon. Make sure to join me on MeWe. You can join our MeWe group called Channel for Grace Starseed Soul Tribe. Follow me on Telegram at Channel for Grace. Also, follow me on MeWe page at Channel for Grace. Everything is Channel for Grace, so it's easy to find. All the links to that is in the description of the video. So if you want to stay connected to the community, get to know some of the people that are always here in the chat, that's a really good way to do it. Oh, and one more thing. So today I had a vision, and Chandra helped me bring it out. And the vision was for a whole new program that is focused on quantum healing, like a 6 to 8 week program. I haven't decided yet if 6 or 8 weeks is the best fit, but 6 weeks minimum program where it's all focused on quantum healing, which includes a quantum healing session, which includes group quantum healing sessions, going through each other's charts, like astrology, a lot of discussion, channeled journeys, group discussions, and all of it for like a very small group of people. I'm thinking 10 people max, so that we can just like dive in. And I'm planning to call it the Channel for Grace Quantum Healing Program. So we'll see where it goes from here, but that is like the beginning seed that has been planted. Because I was trying to like innovate the Moon Goddess training, but that one is like it's concise and it's beautiful the way it is. So a whole new program wanted to come out. So from here on out, it's, we planted the seeds and now we are going to continue like moving forward. So yes, I'm training to do beyond quantum healing, therapy, hypnosis. For those of you that want to explore past lives and heal yourself by understanding the lessons from past lives, like that's legit. That's where it's at. I feel really inspired by this work, and I can't wait to do more and more of it. So again, thank you guys so much. I'll be telling you guys all about it as I kind of start to unravel the gift, right? What it is. But I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up that I am going to be doing a program like that in a few months. It's going to be a minute, but I'm really excited about it. Today was the day where it just like showed up in my life. So, thank you. I'm trying to figure out questions to ask for a starseed reading. You don't have to ask anything for a starseed reading. The starseed readings they're not live. When you sign up for it, it schedules it on my calendar. And then I record it. I look at your chart and I tell you how many starseed readings you have, what planet they're on, how close to exact they are, what's the mythological stories, and what are the qualities of the starseed markings, so that you understand the cosmic perspective of your soul. So there's no questions needed. I just do the reading, and the reading itself is healing. People find healing just from getting a starseed reading. I kid you not. So if you feel called, just go for it and sign up for a starseed ancestry reading. Yes. 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 They're amazing. They're my favorite kind of readings to do. And you can sign up on my website, or I think there's a link in the description of the video. So anyways, thank you guys so much. Thank you to all the new people. Please subscribe. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it out on social media if you so feel called. And I will see you guys next week on Wednesday for the magic of Venus. Sat Nam, guys.